I'm hoping something traumatizing will happen in this episode. I got my coffee and I'm ready to read. Oh, these girls look so innocent. Look at them. Oh my gosh. Alright. Without further ado, let's play Doki Doki Literature Club. Sayori. About what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, AAA, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone makes me the happiest. And I think everyone likes you too. That's... hee hee. Girl. Why do anime girls do this, I swear. Every day is going to be so much fun! Sorry. That's me right there. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to what kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay! Yeah, let's do this. What am I doing now? What am I doing now? Again. Alright, well. Fireworks! Lazy, no. Okay, let me see. Fireworks, let's just make a theme into it. Last time I did random, so. We got fireworks. We got cheer. We got marriage. We got charm. We got embrace. We got heart. We got giggle. We got flower. We got universe. We got summer. We got strawberry. Kiss and fluffy and rain cloud and heartbeat and smarkle and doki doki and poof and bunny. And how many are these? God. Oh, they're 2020. All right. And rabbits! God. Why did it take a lot of energy of me doing that? Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, AAA! Yo, sorry. Sorry, coffee break. Okay, looks like you're in a good mood today. Hehe. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't you take a look at your purse, Abby? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins. That's why you want to use them as a freaking money piggy bank. There we go. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you planned to conveniently forget that you spent all of your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that leaves the one option. Wah. I give up! Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I know that's me. I'm sorry. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening to anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Tripoli to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. Whatever. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is far enough repetition. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Oh, girl! From what I'm reading from the reviews, you're all little devil crazy. Devil crazy, that's what you all are. I don't know. God, what are they gonna do, man? I'm looking forward to it. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys what was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me some credit than that, Sayori. Oh! What the fuck was that? Kya? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow. What was... A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. I'm sorry. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Nom nom. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Hehe. Sayori gets out of her desk and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez! I get it! Cookies still in hand, Natsuki reaches up and nudges Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Where is Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Yo, is this the calm before the storm? Because everything's so fluffy. Why do these girls have to be so evil later or crazy later? What's going on? What makes them trigger? Is it me? Do I make them trigger? Well, I am irresistible. What can I say? Oh, I didn't read that part. Sorry. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Ah, Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah, well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You wouldn't have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I could have just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Why are you looking at me, girl? What do you want? I know I'm irresistible, but like, come on. Like, gosh. Maybe once I get a little better again, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, AAA. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finishes her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Why? AAA! Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm going to go get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival's coming up. Me and Monica, we're going to make some posters and stuff. So I need to find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Yes, I will go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica will be back soon. Ah, are you going with AAA to get supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Oh, they're already battling for my affection. Oh, will you look at that? Sorry. But I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay, both of you go together then. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find the poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, AAA? Yep, let's go. Oh my gosh, these girls. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm talking to a kid I'm taking a kid to a mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey, Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're going to do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone is going to take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds kind of dull. I agree. Look, if I was in a literature club, I would have done something, bring a book to life, right? And make that into a cafe or something. You know, like the Hunger Games. You're welcome to the Hunger Games cafe. May the odds be ever in your favor because there might be a little something in your little cupcake. AAA, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems. It's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of the poem, like, between my feet, the last remaining flowers beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moments between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once populous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know? I know. I just meant that it's pretty an ordinary contrast to your cute self. Boy! I was already flirting with her. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival's going to be so much fun. I hope something crazy happens. I hope one of you goes bananas. Saria spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey, AAA, this classroom's over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I spent time with the Sayori like this. Am I going for Sayori? I mean, you know, might as well, right? It's already like happening. I think I did something to. I think the words is what influences what kind of cutscene I get, right? So is this normal? I don't know. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's pretty nostalgic feeling for me. I know how to say it, I just didn't say it right. As the years went by, I began to hold myself up in the room more and more. So going and venturing with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. Boy. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. There's the best brand too. They're kind of dirty though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still have to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster. Is there going to be a little cutscene right here where they both get locked in a freaking locker? Let's see. Oh, I dropped one by accident. Smack. Yeah. Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and crayons spill all over her lap. Ow. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Gee, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the... boy. And pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Oh my! I knew it. What? Hold on. Okay, I'm back to reality. Oh my god, I swear, these animes, I swear! Ooh, Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow! Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. AAA? Where would I even find ice around this time? Oh, I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? It doesn't really matter since it would be used as an ice pack rather than to drink. I mean, if you're gonna waste money, might as well just waste it on a drink that you like and drink it afterwards. You can't just throw it away like it's nothing, dude. Come on. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. Okay, there you go. I didn't read that. I was looking away. Okay, in just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She's still in the same position? She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, baka. Ah! Sorry, I forgot. How did you hurt your head? How did you hit your head? I did the whole narration wrong. I thought it was me that was laughing. Never mind. Sayori places the bottle against the against the bump on her head. It stinks. Just bear with it. It'll feel better soon. It looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, AAA. This kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? What does that mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump. And I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would really... Oh, you would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. AAA, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people, even after all these years. You're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. AAA, I'm so glad that nothing changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are my hopes are high up. There you go. I'm so sorry. I'm so happy. Sorry. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know. Good luck with that. She's going to see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. You know, that was such a cute little moment. Why is it gonna turn so evil? It's so dramatic. Traumatic. Later, why? Sayori hops up to her feet. Aha! Oh. That's what she said. Okay. She clenches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. A bump does not form that quickly, does it? Oh, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start with sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead. She's fine, don't worry about it. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything you needed? Uh-huh, I have it right. Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all of this stuff! Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, AAA. Well, Sayori, I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Are we gonna be reading the poems every single question like this? Gosh. I might as well tell you, right? AAA, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... Eh? No way! Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much he likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Oh boy! You little Latin artist. Well, stop thinking about weird things, Baka. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Ha! Hey! I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, AAA, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we get home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. So sorry. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clenches the desk behind her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Alright, what do we got here? Oh my gosh, she did a long one. Okay. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's already dark. It's a secret place where I keep all of my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingling, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Something my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my finger go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secret hiding in the nooks of crannies. Digging and digging, scrapping and scrapping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all door I open. And in comes my friends. In they come in a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after another, holding them out to each and every friend. Each and every bottle, and every time I go, I let one go. I really don't want to read this. So, okay, there. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Somehow I liked her other poem better. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week. Obsessed? Okay, dropping it more than a week later? So she's gonna get obsessed with moi, and then she's gonna drop me after a week later? Is that? I don't know, we'll see. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be cosmetic. Do I really have to go through all of them? Oh man, do I have to? Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back to the poem. By now, she must have read it more than once. Aren't you supposed to be bad at this? Is that a compliment? No, I mean, you know. Natsuki struggles to find the word she wants. I just expected a lot less after you showed me what you showed me yesterday. That's all. Well, I guess I just got lucky with this one. Yeah, exactly. You just got lucky, you know. Don't get used to it. You won't always manage to write poems as cute. I mean, well written. No, I mean, so that's how it is. My poem is cute? No, why are you smiling? It's not like I like cute things. Natsuki shoves my poem back towards me. Reading it again, I decided that it's not so great after all. It's too cute and doki doki. It would only impress, you know, girls who like those kind of things. Ha! For some reason, Natsuki is incredibly easy to see through. Well, anyway, you're gonna read mine now, right? Judging by your taste, you probably like it a lot. You'll probably learn something too. Don't forget who the real pro is. I don't want to read these. I just want a story. Yo, do you want me to read this? Or whatever. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wrinkly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg real bad. Amy held me up and took me to the nurse. I try not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. Okay. That was, okay. Whatever. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday was way too short. I like short poems. Please bring them back. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I can do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I don't have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an arrogant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. I can be about anything. It could be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Sometimes that you're afraid if people find out they'll make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes? As long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing useless unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. I don't want to. Let's just go down the line. Is it my turn? Let's see how it compares to yesterday's. I see. It's a bit different. I respect you for trying different things, AAA. Were you inspired by Natsuki's poem? Or Sayori's, perhaps? Well, I guess you could say that. I thought so. I'm happy for you. You don't need to find inspiration in my poems. I write them for myself, not for anyone else. So I don't really need for people to like them or anything. Yuri. I'm sorry for being blunt, but you're overthinking this a little. Just because our styles are different doesn't mean I dislike your poems. In fact, if I tried to do something in your style, I would probably just do a terrible job. I see. I'm sorry. My stupid mind, it likes to do that sometimes. Anyway, you don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very immature imminent exercise. Oh, is it? Okay. Let's get that mine. Anyway, I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. I don't want to read it. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I could see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. I didn't even read it, so it's fine. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid, imaginary, and combine emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to it in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. That's funny. Didn't Nasuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter how you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right! I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seems like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I guess that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad that you're a good listener. One more. Oh my god. Hi again, AAA. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. It's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one that you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I was just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Nasuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then too. I'm not like unapproachable or anything, am I? Oh no, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah, I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, this one looks less. Okay. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless canopy of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent grunting, waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, shine, kusal, what? Tang it. Like playing a chalkboard on the turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Like load me. What? What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm glad I read it. Okay, it's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what's it about though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be an abstract as a physical expression of a feeling or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Girl, are you talking to me as a player? Oh my gosh. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so everyone could come sit in front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good if it's just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets, and we can give them out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, well, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Hehe. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up posters, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Yep, I do. Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to perform in front of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask of them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others, to inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you in here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if that takes it standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expanded faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Probably. Oh my god. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? No. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. Then she stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, Yuri fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clenches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she innuates with perfect timing. This must be a rage glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. Why? Why is it up to you, dude? I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. Gosh. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rubs back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Suri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I could go. Sorry. It's not harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting the other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori's is. The scenery, it's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come out of Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said like she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Triple liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before AAA. It's not like can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let AAA lowers everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. Sorry. Alright. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else is. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. Unenthused. Unenthused. Okay, whatever. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if it's giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I didn't think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so. Well, I guess that's the case. So you won't have to worry about you won't have to worry about, okay, you know, is it me? Like, am I the only one whenever I get into reading and then you're in the zone, right? Like into the zone of the story that you kind of just, your mind kind of just goes into like a state where you're just blanked out, and then it kind of makes me want to read it in my head instead of out loud. That's what's happening right now, okay? I apologize if I stutter in the words. I'm literally it feels like I've been actually watching an anime, so I hope you're feeling the same way with my narration. Anyway, I'm sorry if I interrupted in the minute. I'm gonna stop right here and take a break. I'm thirsty, my voice is getting a little bit scratchy. And then I'll come back and play again. For you, it's gonna be a millisecond. For me, it's gonna be like 30 minutes. All right, be back. All right, we're back. Okay. All right. You won't have any much time to worry about that for festival. All right. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time that what you all be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite then instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're all putting in a lot of effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. All right. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Hehe. Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, AAA. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was busy now. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I liked how we get to... I mean, Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asks to walk home with you. Huh? Oh, what'd you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... Oh, snap. We're choosing about damn time. Alright. I would walk home with Yuri. I would still walk home with Sayori. Dude! Who's Yuri again? Who's Yuri again? Is it the, Tsunarunari? I don't know. I'll just say her, right? Wait, what's her name again? Oh, shit, I forgot her name! Right. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you already seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, AAA. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sorry, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point of speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? I hope something crazy will happen for sure. This again. Let's go depressing this time. Misfortune. Agonizing. Anger. Anxiety. There's other depression. Interdependent. Dada. O. E. A. R. There. And there. There. And there. And there. And there. And there. There. And there. I literally picked whatever. Alright. Oh man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I'll just walk in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all you? And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Yeah, well, I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's the whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound like a little bit of Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do you usually have friends squid? What? Oh, fried squid. Okay. Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you, of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri and Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course! Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you for having fun with everyone. Well, alright, if you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monika if she noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monika, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. AAA, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monika peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, AAA. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask you if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seems like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person in interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, AAA. Me? How on earth would you come up to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. She's been so much happier ever since she joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it's always been. You're so funny, AAA. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monika stands up from her desk and walks across the room where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's something I can do besides wait for Monika. Okay, everyone! After some time passes, Monika calls out to the club room. Why don't we all share our poems now? Again? Oh my gosh! Before I know it, everyone is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make contact with Monika and she smiles at me. I wonder what she's talking about with Sayori. Okay, who's that purple girl's name again? I think it's Yuri. AAA, this is wonderful. I can feel the emotion that you poured into it. Is this the result of trying what I suggested yesterday? Yeah, I guess so. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to two-time. Ha! If it means something horrible coming out of it, I like it. I'm gonna do it too. You can't stop me. I'm already doing it. Okay. Alright, you did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try and give it more feeling. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine, take your time.
Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts.
I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before?
Yuri nods.
Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your own close friends? For some reason, Yuri doesn't respond. Yuri? Yuri smiles sadly.
AAA, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just would want to make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day, you know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all.
People say that about you?
I'm not a know-it-all at all, AAA. It's just the opposite. I know nothing. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. Oh, so you're an introvert like me. Okay, cool. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time.
But I haven't really done anything.
No, that's wrong. You're being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, AAA. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things, but every time, you always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy.
I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you?
If you put it that way. Yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we?
Yuri puts her head in her hands. Well, this time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem?
Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you.
I don't want to read it. There, I read it. Read it. Pause it if you want to read it. I don't want to read it.
I'm aware that the beach is a kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to make a metaphorical approach to it.
You say that like you didn't even want to write about it.
Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in different ways. So Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought process. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while.
Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing.
That was a beautiful moment between them. Why do these girls turn crazy? Oh my gosh. Saruyi! It's nice, I guess.
Come on, I can already tell you don't like it.
Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri?
Eh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically.
Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club?
Well, of course I am.
Good.
That's all that matters to me. Thank you, AAA. Sorry. Is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go and play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yeah. I'm going to go home a little bit early today. Sorry? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I could say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Girl. Natsukai. Oh man, this is seriously a step backwards. I liked your last two way better than this one. I mean, I guess I can't be mad at you for trying different things. As long as you're not just trying to impress Yuri or something like that. Gross. Okay. Like you said, I'm allowed to try new things. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? No, gross! It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? It's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Ugh. That Natsuki's elbows connects with my stomach. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurts. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing ever happened. I'll be your beach, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Oh, what a wonderful poem. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. Well, Yuri's take on it was a little more solemn. Well, that's... Geez, she better not have said anything bad about mine. After all, she was the one who wanted us to write about the same topic. Ugh, you can really see her doing that too. Making us write about simple topics, then trying to impress me by coming up with something fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Sure. Hi, AAA. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at your poem today. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Great job, AAA. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm sure why. I don't know. Oh, sorry, burped. Okay. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that officially, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuisance. It can take years of practice, which is assuming Yuri has its point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you alright now? Alright. I thought it was short. Damn it. Okay. Okay, you read it. I'll read it while I'm editing. Just don't want to read it. You know, I feel like learning a lot and looking for answers are sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too physiological or anything. But it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in this club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get lukewarm response to something you put your much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, the sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay, bad, then they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Girl, I feel like she's talking to me. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring it out? Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Okay, catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is it the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri is immune to it. Stagnant air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your book, maybe. Look, the only difference is that Sayori's in here. It seems you're right. Sayori always helps to lighten the mood a bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some dignity. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well, went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously, of all the times not to go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovely-dovely. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me lately, so I didn't want to force it. That's curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations. So let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. If I can't, my bad. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorate to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere! Sooty's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk and focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, AAA. The one who is truly useless? Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It will probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? Oh god! Here we go! Here we go! Let's do it! Alright, finally the story's getting somewhere! I wonder if they're going to respond to a suggestion like that. I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. AAA may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that! How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for AAA to... What are you saying? It would be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think, guys? Enough. Let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to AAA to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So, oh my god, these girls are so obsessed with me. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm such a charmer. So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though. Jeez, can we just settle this already? Yeah, AAA, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. Oh my god! I'm gonna go with Yuri! Right, that's her, right? Well, I'll probably be more useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you? Natsuki? I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No! I was just saying! Ugh. So, you'll be helping Yuri then, AAA? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking. So sorry, I'm so evil. Okay, I just want to play with her and her childhood friend. I'm so ill. Okay, I have a bad habit of overthinking these sort of things, so I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah, I already said it would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, is that everything we needed to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited might not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, AAA? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it turned out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri actually glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why AAA picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I ever had. They're really well with... they go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for this event will compare to that, so... I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken back by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words trying to cheer someone up, but be as far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I can appreciate it. I'm sorry for making a big deal of nothing. But I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out of the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry, I realized that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay, then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright, in that case, it won't be a problem. I decide not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I manage to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, AAA. I think that will make a very productive team. Even if you only choose me because you feel bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. Okay. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long time. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out of the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri is going to be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me that she was gonna look forward to it. I'm sorry. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Oh boy. Or is it too early for that? No, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna go reckless. I'm gonna go all out, okay? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. So evil. It's already Sunday. I've been getting incredibly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is cleanly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when she's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting occasionally. She was extremely oppressive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monika said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? Yeah, we're gonna do that. I decided to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Boy, no. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we made it a habit simply entering each other's houses like we're family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange for her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Oh, hi, Triple. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It's been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is messy, as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals at the wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you come over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided the last meeting. Monika told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monika today? Of course, but I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Triple A. Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But it's just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. Oh, I think that's why the world, okay, what? Okay, whatever. It just wants to torture me. Sayori? I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something's happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, AAA. But you're wrong. Nothing's happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, AAA? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just don't want to make I want to make everyone happy without anyone worrying about me. Oh my god, she sounds so much like me right now. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Zadia kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Does she really want to so badly for me to not just think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, AAA. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have wasted effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat's being swung against my head. That's why I always wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and getting closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, AAA, there's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down. Aww. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by the heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Shawty's shoulders. This time I pulled her into a tight embrace. Aww. AAA? Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. AAA. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. AAA, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, AAA. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But, your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? Uh, um, is that what I want? It's what I want, I'm sorry. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah? Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this is how to be the one where I have all the plans. Okay, of all days, this has to be the one where I have all the plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It will be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be a very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry about it too much. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I'll look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori at her exit. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri's about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. Yeah, boy, focus. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Ah, thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. That's such a lie. All anime girls say that. Oh my gosh. But I just started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so... That's very considerate of you to do. No, I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Mm-hmm. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening the desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I was thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if she's making sure she's keeping track. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enchantments. What? Atmospheric enchantments? You know, mood lighting, aromatic therapy candles. Oh wow, I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course, I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be anxious. You can relax a little bit. Relax. I brought some things for relax section. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on my way here, so I happened to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper to use the candles to light their room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would really be neat. What's the wooden thing though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Aromatherapy, or whatever, how do you say it? Not familiar at all. Is that so? It's one of my favorite, contributes to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils of herbs you choose, you can change the mood for the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes the switch at the bottom. In just a moment, a thin, rare vapor begins to sprout through a small hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is the jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I choose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I like to do is write different words on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbons to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper out of the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It will also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you were good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little tense, as you put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me? Or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's her marker, AAA. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Oh, alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Eh? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has a kratzen pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tipped in blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, right, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kinda into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. I have a feeling that knife is going to appear in the worst possible scenario that you can think of. And I'm hoping that would happen because I want some horror! Where do you get a knife like this? Curious of the sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Chipley! Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. It's my fault. I shouldn't have warned. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood tickles down the side of my finger. Girl, you better not have take his finger and put it in your mouth. I swear to God, if she does that, I swear! Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. That was me. Sorry. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks. Oh my God. I knew she was gonna do that. Oh, I I'm sorry, Katniss. I'm so sorry. I think I scared my cat. I scared her. Look at her tail. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I scared my cat. Okay, I'm sorry. Woo! Let's continue. I feel her tongue. Crawl around my finger. Startled, I instantly pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I'll do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her into fat! Oh my god. Sorry, I'm trying to pull together. I'm trying to pull myself together, I swear. Okay. Ooh! Did you just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Triple A. Yuri giggles shyly. Yuri called me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one actually. It was just a tiny cut. Look, it's already stopped bleeding. I see. That's her leaving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. I could've, here, let me pause. I usually close my eyes so that I won't read what's going on so that I could make some guesses. So, I swear, I guessed right the first time. If she gets up and trips herself and he falls on top of her, I'm going to stop playing for the day because I cannot stop. Cringe level. I probably won't be able to stand the cringe level of this. Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, I continue making the progress in the paper. Alright. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all down out side by side. Looks better than expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. Looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Oh, that's right. One of them items Yuri has asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you feel the cups too much, it would be too diluted. Okay. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on the plate on a plate, catch any paint that drips, then my prediction's gonna come true, isn't it? In some way. And Yuri? Yes? I come up, or is the freaking water gonna spill on her shirt and she's gonna have to change it to one of my shirts? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, putting it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. Did she snoop into my stuff? Girl, I don't want you to see some things I have under my bed, girl. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I like to paint the granite across the banner, starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it in the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it would be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel the opposite side so we don't get in the way of each other. Where are his parents? Where are his parents throughout all this? Isn't it a freaking Sunday? Where are they? Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like an art class project we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels so childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I feel that way about things like anime games. Okay, I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Yeah! Sorry! Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It's just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch the small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Oh my god! Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly holds my wrist! Wait. Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. This music does not match this atmosphere. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books, almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slippery parted lips. What is happening? Is the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this Disney feeling? Yuri gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist, sending a tingle sensation through my arm. And suddenly her face seems to be much closer than mine. It was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment it's over. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I still remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just inspired. I hastily retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finished fulfilling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true. Won't that take long? A while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not like that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all the things, Yuri seems to look downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it could happen. Boys, I already planning for the future. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out of the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem, I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, I kind of say that without thinking. About today, it's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want. You can come over or we can go out somewhere. Forget it. You don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so. You're really thoughtful to play. Yuri takes a step closer to me and then briefly squeezes my hand. I kinda like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Saruki? Hi, AAA. Sorry. Just now, we weren't... It's okay, AAA. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course! Saruki beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Saruki waves goodbye after her. Saruki? I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy. Girl, you don't look happy. That you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Suri's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, AAA? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I just disappear. Saruki, don't say that. It's true, AAA. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have wasted your sympathy on me. If you wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Saruki? What I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden of your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes you happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if that takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any pain. But Saruki looks away. I put my hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, AAA. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Saruki? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Saruki? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. AAA, I like you so much that I want to die. Oh my god. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Saruki. I don't want to hurt you anymore. I don't want you to hurt anymore. Okay. I slide my hand down Saruki's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Saruki nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know that you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. Oh god. Okay. I love you. Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens, As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. AAA. Oh, this is so sweet. Why am I so evil? Because I was going to confess to the other girl too. Sayori suddenly wraps her arms tightly around me. AAA, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. What a smooth talker I am. I love you, AAA. I'm sorry. Whew, let me try to be serious, okay. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the most happiest moment for me. But why, even now, why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, AAA. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. You shouldn't! Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple, I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, AAA. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me. But that's what I want. That's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I'm such a liar. I say that, but in reality... Hold on, I gotta save! Okay. I feel more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. Okay. I know that I love her and she loves me. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feeling as she is. Even though I can comfort her. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they are, excuse me. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me. Liar! And I'll do whatever it takes to be happy. Have a happy future with her. I am going to end it here. I don't even know how long this game is. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more till we reach the conclusion, right? So, but it looks like we're around halfway, no? That's what I think. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you'll stay tuned for the next episode of this. Till then, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye!
la